Wisconsin. Black students are saying, listen, this individual who said all this racist stuff has to go. Here's video.
Because I'm going to go back and haunt every little did me wrong. I literally hate all of them. I'm going to make them pick cotton in the fields all day long until they die of thirst and like they're literally gonna, their bodies are gonna dry out because of how much cotton they're picking for me. Because
nothing funny. University of Wisconsin black students are saying that this racist student needs to go. I agree. Let me lay out the background. The university released a public statement on Monday evening that said it was aware of the video. All right, here's the statement. While the university can't limit what students and employees post to their personal social media accounts and can't take action against posts that are not unlawful, racist slurs do not represent or reflect UW-Madison values around creating an inclusive community, the statement said. Now I'm going to explain where they're wrong. A Change.org petition was created that called for the expulsion of the woman whose name Atlanta Black Star has not been able to verify. Over 33,000 people have already signed the petition. Past incident involving that university in 2000, the Madison, Wisconsin University reportedly digitally edited a photo of a black student into an admissions brochure to promote more inclusiveness. They have to find a fake black person for their brochure. Somebody that's not black, they decided to edit as if they were. In 2020, a homecoming video meant to connect different races of students on campus featured mostly white students. More recently, in 2021, the members of the Wisconsin Black Student Union and the Wonk Chic called for the removal of a 42-ton boulder called Chamberlain Rock that was associated with a racial slur from the 1920s. That's according to the Badger Herald. The school eventually did actually remove it after the students spoke up. Jennifer Nukin is the current chancellor who started her position last month. Chancellor, let me say this. Madam, I'm a university professor. I understand you're in a quagmire of a situation. You just got there. You're trying to figure out what buttons do what levers do what. But I would say this, you are defined by early decisions you make in leadership. And I want to remind you that your institution receives federal dollars. Because it receives federal dollars, because it is connected to the federal grant program, there are protections that are required as relates to discriminatory practices. If you have a belief, good faith belief, that students can be, let's say, discriminated against by others, faculty, administration, or other students, if you do not make the proper or appropriate protocols and remedies to stop that from happening, you could be subject to lose the federal financial aid that your institution receives. I just want to remind you of that, while at the same time reminding the students of that as well. All right, Yasmin, thoughts here?
Yeah, this type of behavior, it used to be socially unacceptable, so much so that you really didn't see or hear people speak this way in public. And maybe that's happening now. Maybe it was always happening, but we just didn't know about it because now we have these phones with these video cameras on them. But maybe these videos, despite attempting to embarrass these individuals, it actually empowers them to a certain degree. It gives them notoriety. And despite the overall conversation condemning this kind of behavior, they still manage to find their supporters within that backlash. But it should be embarrassing for them to be this unhinged, especially publicly. And it should be embarrassing to be this ignorant publicly, because that's really what this is. Anytime I've met a racist individual in my life, that was the first thing I thought. They're racist and they're ignorant, right?
Yep.
It's sometimes that, that ignorance happens in spite of education sometimes, as we're seeing here, because this was an actual student. She sought out that education. But wherever that racism came from, regardless of how she became this way, she needs help. But in the meantime, she shouldn't be the rest of the student body's problem.
That's right. Not the problem of those seeking true scholarship, knowledge, and opportunity to engage.